Gus is snoring.
Gus is snoring. All right. There we go. We are mute that. We are live. What's up, Patreon crew? Really appreciate everyone's support. Again, February has been a crazy month for Ginger Runner and GRHQ here. We got the race coming up, the album dropping tomorrow.
There's a lot going on.
There's a new video that I'm going to be posting for Patreon only tonight that drops tomorrow for everyone else. This very exciting.
Yeah.
But for now, we have one of the best runners on earth joining us for an after show, Camille Herron. Let's get to those questions. If you are watching, if you're watching this for the first time, click this. If you're watching on Patreon, this video actually, if you click it, will take you over to the YouTube page. That's where the live, chat room is for this after show. So if you have questions and this is your first after show, jump in there, ask those questions. Kim will pull it aside. What do we got?
Question from Deb. Deb says, question for Camille on how her recovery was after Desert Solstice. I saw a picture of her being wheelchaired into the airport.
Oh my gosh. I think that's the most spent I've ever been after a race. I mean, even they had to grab me, once I was done with 24 hours and I felt like I was going to fall over, and they had to grab me and set me down in a chair. And just mentally, I mean, I've never been spent like that. It was like my brain was just like jello. I was yawning during the interviews, and that week after, I had to get a wheelchair to go through the airport. I was hobbling with my legs, and I had to do all these interviews, just so many interviews, like the week after, and I was like, I don't even know if my brain is there. I'm just trying to stay awake during the interviews. So, it felt like it actually took longer for my brain to recover than my legs.
Yeah.
And we went to Dublin, Ireland to go visit Connor's family, like a week and a half after that race. And so, that gave me some time to recuperate, and I was just able to get back running, but it was more my mind than anything that took longer. So
yeah, the reason I didn't ask Camille to be on the show was because I was like, there's gonna be 1,000 interviews. I feel like that was one of those moments that everyone wanted to talk about. So I was like, I'm gonna wait till 2019. So I'm really glad that we got you now.
Good call.
And we get to talk about Tarawera, and we get to talk about all your records and everything like that. So I really appreciate you coming on tonight.
Yeah, no, it's perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Question from Thomas. This touches on what you just were talking about a little while ago. Thomas says, Camille, you just tweeted about some kids in an SUV making fun of your running form. Wouldn't you like to invite them to a track workout or long run?
I couldn't believe it. So what happened?
So I was out for a 2-hour run. Let's see, was it yesterday? And and I'm just running along on the sidewalk, and I could see some kids in their SUV looking at me doing this, and I was kind of laughing to myself because I get that quite often, actually. Who doesn't get the Forrest, run Forrest run or whatever. I was like, yeah, I've dealt with that my whole life. Even going back to high school, my coach is trying to work with me on my arms, and going to college, and everybody's like, oh, she runs funny, she's not going to be a good runner because she just runs funny, and so here I go and, try ultra running and find out that, the way I run is actually a pretty good thing. So, but it was funny that to see the comments after that, somebody was like, oh, you could probably outrun their SUV.
Yeah, let's fill you both up with gas, you food, them fuel, and let's see the car and Camille go. I'm willing to bet Camille could last longer.
Probably.
Is the video that we should, Camille, you and I should make a video where we take a car, we fill it with gasoline, and we put you, and we just pick a long straightaway, or we find a route and see who lasts longer.
Let's go.
That'd be really amazing. It's 1,000% it's going to be Camille. There's no
yes, definitely.
Yeah, screw those kids. They don't know what they're talking about.
Kids. Let's see. Quick question from Kurt in the chat room. Kurt says, what basic speed work training does Camille do? I love doing speed work. Is there speed work on the track? Any ideas for key workouts?
Yeah, in fact, I love getting asked this question because I would actually say that sprinting is like my most favorite thing to do. I'm not very good at it, but you know I try to do the best I can. One of my favorite workouts is to do 90-second repeats with equal recovery. So basically, that's at like 5K race pace, which is an all-out sprint for me with my little shuffle, my little shuffle. I'm trying to sprint as fast as I can, but I mean, I always come away from that workout feeling like you know it really worked me because I'm not a good sprinter, and I feel like it helped me to change gears from all that slow easy running that I do. So yeah, I mean, I'll do up to like 16 by 90-second repeats, and yeah, that's one of my favorite workouts. So
that seems like that's a solid workout. Like we've been experimenting with some of that recently, and it beats you up. Like it's the
because
perfect
90-second recovery always feels like it goes by like
yeah, a 90-second recovery. You're like it's already over.
yeah,
and then you're into the next one.
yeah.
How many times a week do you end up doing a speed workout? Is it once, multiple times?
Yeah, so usually, depending on the time of the year, I might do 1 to 2 speed sessions a week with, and I might do the speed session during my long run, or I might, not do it during my long run. But like even, trying to recover from desert solstice, I'm kind of in my down season a bit. So I was only doing like 1 speed session and 1 long run a week. So I wasn't doing a whole lot of speed yet, but leading up to a race like Comrades, I'll probably start doing a little bit more speed work. So
cool, very very cool. Sorry, Kim. Get to maybe 1 or 2 more questions.
Yeah, question from John in the chat room. John says, "I'm glad Camille was not hurt too bad in the car accident. I just got back from 2 weeks of running in New Zealand, and that country is a running paradise. Did Camille get to run anywhere else on the island?"
Good question.
Yeah, so my husband's college. One of his college friends, Craig Kirkwood, is from New Zealand. So the 2 times that we've been over there, we've gone to stay with Craig, and yeah, and I've gotten to run around there. I mean, it's tropical, like it's like a paradise. I mean, it's such a cool place to go at this time of the year when we're in our winter time and they're in their summertime.
Right.
So yeah, I got to run a little bit around there, and then also up in Auckland, I got to run a bit around some tropical areas. But yeah, we still haven't been to the South Island yet. So we have to go back and not be planning too many trips. I thought I was going to be able to have more time to be over there, but I forgot about my speaking engagement at the Moab. I thought I had 2 weeks apart between those, but I only had a week. So yeah, so we had to get back and to go up to Moab. So Moab was really cool, actually.
I mean, it looks like a beautiful place. I'm assuming you didn't race, but did you get out there and get to see anything?
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty quick trip up there because coming from New Zealand, and we only had like a day to get ready for our trip up to Moab. But yeah, I mean, the drive was like, holy cow! Like,
how much
whoa!
of that driving did you do?
My husband's joking. He did all the driving. I
drove the whole
I don't do the
bloody way.
drive.
That's all I do is I'm a bloody chauffeur.
He's my chauffeur, so he was doing the driving. But yeah, we need to get back to New Zealand and go to the South Island. So
no doubt. One last question.
Question from A2B2. They asked, "Will we see you at Across the Years for any record attempts this year?"
Oh man, that's pretty epic stuff. I love following those races. I mean, they've got what was it, Don Winkley?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's like 70 or 80 years old, going for all these records.
It was amazing.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, you got all these athletes, going up in 6 days. I mean, gosh, I mean that's crazy to think about that they're running for that long, and I mean it's super impressive. So I'm still trying to plot and plan. Do I go for a 6-day race or do I go for a 1,000-mile race? And so we've kind of got a couple of ideas, and yeah, I just want to just go for it. I'm just go and see how far I can go. So
awesome.
And I think Scout Phillips in the chat room said they're having a 10-day
Oh. Scout does a lot of volunteering.
Maybe
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I saw you comment in the main show that there will be a 10-day.
Interesting.
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
Maybe keep it on the list because 10
There you
days,
go.
1,000
Yeah,
miles.
Scout says,
That-
yes, we'll have a
that's
10-day at Across the Years this year.
Wow, that's a new one then.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
I think the record, Giannis's record might be just beyond 10
Just
days.
beyond 10 days, right?
Mm.
So maybe we can convince him to have 1,000-mile record to try and go for. I don't know what the women's record is, but yeah, I'll have to find out what that is. So
I wonder if they'd be able to make an exception for Camille. Yeah, I imagine it would be. Camille, thank you for taking the time out tonight. I know it's much later where
Thank
you are,
you.
so we appreciate you staying up
Yeah.
late. And
Oh,
please thank
it's
your
all
husband
good.
too, because I know he's probably like, give me my wife back. So really, really appreciate it. Again, can you remind our GR crew members where they can find you and ask questions about coaching and all that stuff?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm active on social media at my handle's at Run Camille. So I'm on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, our coaching website is runwithcamille.com. And we've got all kinds of training programs, nutrition, strength training. We've got information about our Camp Camille. So yeah, we've had so many people reaching out, and I mean, we even do phone consultations. We've been able to help a lot of people with their training or with injuries and just about everything. So that's been really cool to give back to the athletes and to the sport. So
awesome. Thank you, Patreon supporters, for continuing to support us and helping these live shows, reviews, films, music, art, everything happen. We really appreciate the support. And please go thank Camille for being on the show. Obviously, she spent a lot of time with us tonight, so we really appreciate it. Camille, congratulations to you. We can't wait to follow along this year. It's going to be fun. Thanks
it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you.
You got
Thanks,
it.
Camille.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys next week for more Ginger Runner Live. Bye.